Good day, viewers. Today wants to solve simultaneous equation using graphical method. So today wants to solve this relevant example. Solve the simultaneous equation below using graphical method for -2 less or equals to s less or equals to 5. These are the values of s. It simply means s ranges from -2 to 5. So for us to solve this equation, from equation 1 we are going to make y the subject of formula. So we are going to have 2s plus y is equals to 7 and y will equals to 7 minus 2x. You can call this equation 3. Then the next thing to do is to formulate a table. So you are going to have the value of s, which ranges from -2 to +5. So that means we are going to have -2, -1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Those are the values of x. Then from this equation we have 7. So we can repeat our 7 in each box. We have -2s. So we have -2s. -2 times -2 here will give us +4. -2 times -1 will give us +2. -2 times 0 will give us 0. -2 times 1 will give us -2. -2 times 2 will give us -4. -2 times 3 will give us -6. -2 times 4 will give us -8. And -2 times 5 will give us -10. Here is equals to 7 minus 2s. 7 plus 4 will give us 11. 7 plus 2 will give us 9. 7 plus 0 will give us 7. 7 minus 2 will give us 5. 7 minus 4 will give us 3. 7 minus 6 will give us 1. 7 minus 8 will give us -1. And 7 minus 10 will give us. We can draw the box again where we are going to have the value of x and y alone. So we have -2, -1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And when x is -2 here, our y is 11. When x is -1, our y is 9. And when x is 0, our y is 7. When x is 1, our y is 5. And when x is 2, our y is 3. When x is 3, our y is 1. And when x is 4, our y is -1. And when x is 5, our y is -3. Then is to make y the subject of formula in equation 2 as well. So from equation 2, make y the subject of formula. We have s minus y is equals to 2. Minus y is equals to 2 minus x. And for us to have y as the subject of formula, we are going to multiply both sides by -1. So multiply both sides by -1. And by the time we multiply both sides by -1, we are going to have -1 times -y is equals to -1 in bracket of 2 minus x. -1 times -y will give us y. Then we are going to have -2 plus s. Another way of writing this is y is equals to s minus 2. Then to be equals to -2 to 5. -2 minus 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we have -2 that is constant here. So we can put -2, -2, -2, -2, -2, -2, -2, -2. And our y now, our y here is s minus 2. Our y is s minus 2. So this is s. So -2 minus 2 will give us -4. -1 minus 2 will give us -3. 0 minus 2 will give us -2. 1 minus 2 will give us -1. And 2 minus 2 will give us 0. 3 minus 2 will give us 1. 4 minus 2 will give us 2. 5 minus 2 will give us 3. X, which is -2 minus 1, is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So our y is equals to -4 minus 3 minus 2 minus 1 is 0, 1, 2, 3. X is -2 our y is 11. So this is minus 2. They are going to meet somewhere around here. Remember that this graph that I draw on the board is based on assumption. Is based on assumption. This is not the normal graph. So 11 will be around here. This is minus 2. And when s is minus 1, in the first equation, y is equals to 9. So when we have minus 1, 9 will be around here. So they are going to intersect somewhere around here. And when x is 0, our y is 7. So when x is 0, our 7 will be between 6 and 8. And when x is 1 here, our y is 5. So when x is 1 will be around here, our y is 5. So they are going to intersect somewhere around here. And when x is 2, y is equals to 3. So when x is 2, y is 3. So they are going to intersect somewhere. X is 2, y is 3. So they are going to intersect somewhere around here. And when x is 3 here, y is equals to 1. So x is equals to 2. They are going to intersect somewhere around here, because half of this, that is where we are going to have our 1. And when x is 4, y is minus 1. When x is 4, don't forget that this is negative aspect of y. So minus 1 will be around here. And when x is 5 here, y is going to be 3. When x is 5, y is going to be minus 3. So 5, we are going to have our minus 3 here. So that is for the value of s, for the first equation. Then for this side, when s is minus 2, y is 4. Minus 2, then we have 4. When s is minus 1, our y is minus 3. Minus 1, minus 3 will be around here. And when s is 0, our y will be minus 2. We are going to have it here. When s is 2, our y will be 0. We are going to have it here. When s is 3, our y will be 1. So it will still locate the same point here. And when s is 4, our y is 2. We are going to have it around here. And when s is 5, our y will be 3. So we have it here. So by the time you plot this graph, you will discover that by the time you have a straight line, the point where you are going to intersect this one here, it is a graph of y is equals to 7 minus 2s. Y is equals to 7 minus 2s. That is the graph. And the other graph that we have here, this graph, it is a straight graph. It is graph of y is equals to s minus 2. So the point where they meet, the intersect where they meet, we are going to dot it down. We are going to dot it to reach this y-axis and likewise to reach this s-axis. So therefore, our s is equals to 3. Remember that this is s-axis and this is y-axis. You know that y is in vertical axis, ys is in horizontal axis. So y is equals to 1. So if you substitute this value now into this equation, remember that s is equals to 3 and y is equals to 1 from our graph. So s is equals to 3 and y is equals to 1. If you substitute those values into this equation, you will discover that the equation will be true. For instance, s is equals to 3. 2 times 3 will give us 6. And y is equals to 1. 6 plus 1 will give us 7. And likewise, 3 minus 1, it will give us 2. That shows that our graph is correct. Remember, in simultaneous equation, in solving simultaneous equation using graphical method, you are going to have a straight graph. Your graph will be straight. And don't forget that this graph that is displayed on the board is based on assumption. And you can also write your scale that you use in your graph. You can also write your scale. So this is our own scale here. 2 centimeter represents 2 units on y-axis, while 2 centimeter represents 1 unit on x-axis. This is our own scale.